Hey everybody, this is Cyrock Omega and welcome back to some more Dungeons and Dragons campaign preparation. Alright, let's get our music going here. Fill tunes, shuffle all. Cool. Super chill way to start. Super ballady. So, yeah, this is a little too chill. Here we go. A little bit more giddy up. So we've got our map going here, and we've placed a couple dots around here. So that's where we're gonna be putting some towns. This whole area called, how is it pronounced? How do I have it pronounced? Kimna. That's how it's pronounced, I think. So that's I'm gonna be where we're starting this at. Yeah, that's we're gonna need to give some names to these little locations. And these are really just hamlets, very small populations. I'll do some quick write-ups. They're essentially going to start like up here. That's where the boat's gonna get sunk, where one of our characters is gonna make his way all the way down here. And they are gonna wash up on shore here, and they are going to make their way around the coast, more than likely, to the largest settlement. So I'm gonna get some names, just the very quick descriptions of these towns, and work from there. So I mean, as they wash up on shore, what is the first thing they're gonna think? Alright, so one of them we know wants to break this curse on him, put on him by the dragon, and he is and so his goal is likely to get revenge on that dragon specifically, for himself and for the village. The other players, they may also want to go go seek revenge here, but they also have their own journey that they're going on to find this artifact that we worked on a bit before. And so they are eventually going to need to leave this island. To leave the island, they are going to need to go out and find a port. The only port down here. They're gonna have to get there. And between there and here, gonna be a little bit ways to travel. All right, so I should also measure out the distance here, like approximately how many miles it's gonna take. Now I've got a ruler. An IRL ruler that I've got my 30 miles already moved out. All right, so it is, we'll say it is 7 3/4 inches. It's 3 miles, not exactly, at least from how zoomed in we are right here. Is that the easiest way? I should probably actually just make a ruler of sorts here. I wish it was like a ruler tool. That'd be kind of nice. Recolor. Okay, well, anyway, probably a better way of putting it is that so 1, 2, 3. 4 inches is 30 miles. 4 inches on this. It's 30 miles. So if it was a straight line, all right, from here to here, about put it at about. Not what I meant to do. All right, so you are. I'll just put you at. On the right there, you see it's about 2.5 inches. Here it is about a little bit more than half an inch. Alright, so a bit more than half an inch so it's like 2 inches. 2 inches here is 15 miles. So like a straight line through here is 15 miles. Alright, I should also bring up my session 1 notes, my session 1 outline. Alright, party's next steps. Establish, and then and Jean-Luc were headed. Alright. Here we are. So let's just go with Arel knows that the nearest. Now hold on. Is that really the nearest settlement, or is that the nearest settlement? Yeah, that is the nearest settlement. Alright, is that the nearest settlement is about 15 miles directly south, and that the largest settlement largest settlement, Gaelg, is the only port on the island. I'm gonna scooch him back over. Ishmael didn't make so much noise when it gets scooched. Largest island, the only port on the island. The nearest. And yeah, and by settlement, it is like a hamlet. Like very loosely scattered homes or farmers around there. Or, like a handful of farmers around there. Should also bring up Yeah, just my write-up for the whole island. Population 4,000. Yeah, I'll get to that in a little bit. I'll just stick with that. I already have the population of 15 miles directly south. And the largest settlement, Gaelic, is the only port on the island. Hmm. But, I'll just make these two different points. Because the nearest settlement is 15 miles directly south. Alright, let's come up with a name for it now. What I like to do is look for... go to Google Translate. Alright. There we are. Here, let's put it to Manx. Not a really a language on here. Just a quick word. So let's go with Welsh. It's probably the closest thing we can get. Let's call it beginning. Dechrau. Yeah, that's not a good way that's actually pronounced. Let's see if we can can we just like get a Wiktionary something or other for that? Dechrau. Yeah, I'll just go over that for now. It looks good enough. I'm sure that's the word, but the pronunciation I might look up a little bit later. Alright. Go ahead and put your name going here. Dechrau. I mean, that's probably not anywhere near how it's pronounced. Decharau. Let's actually can we make this a little bit smaller right now? Yeah. Go with that to kind of signify that it's not a large location. At least sort of signify. Now. Wiktionary. Dechrau?
Dechrau.
Dechrau. But it's actually how it is.
Dechrau.
Dechrau. Alright. Yeah, that sounds pretty alright. Alright. Your settlement. Dechrau. So 15 miles directly south. South through. Alright, and it is actually a little bit through some forest. And Alright, I'm gonna get the the DM's guide. Gonna get the DM's guide to see how, if it really says like going through a wooded area. Because like all around here is pretty much gonna be deer paths that are just like not paved roads by any means, not even dirt roads, just some frequently tread areas from one. I kind of just cycle the whole thing. Even there might even be some through the forests, like from here to there at least. I don't know. I mean, it'll be pretty flat around here. Okay. You know. Alright, movement on the map. What's navigation? And it's, well, I mean, you can kind of gather this if their overland speed is if their overland speed, if they can move in 6 seconds, they can go 30 feet. Do some math here, but I really wish that it would just have it written out here. I should start up a PDF for my new town, new settlement. Or I'll just make a whole one for smaller settlements. Okay, this one will be smaller settlements. We'll have this one be what did I Decro, it's Decro. Have you underlined? And population, what did I like? 46. Small hamlet of farmers. Like I imagine some farmers kind of congregate near to each other and then go out to the fields to farm, versus some people that was just gonna be completely out of anywhere. I'm just really thinking, like, what is the... Really should just say the speed here somewhere. This is saying the player's handbook. That'd be kind of... I guess that would make sense. This is more about, like, hour by hour travel. Problems that can kind of show up. Wait, hold on. Okay, travel montage. Or by hour travel. Marching order. Yeah, I'm gonna look that up in the player's handbook, actually. Alright, what I get over here? Venturing. Time, speed. Here we go. Travel pace. Travel pace table assumes that characters travel for 8 hours in day. Travel for 8 hours in day. That's what it actually says. Not in a day, in day. Not by day, in day. Alright, number of things there. Alright, well, in... I have to go at a normal pace. I can go 3 miles. Hold on. Yeah, okay, this is a much larger area than I thought. Oh, they could go 24 miles in a day at normal pace. They could go, yeah, they could easily go 15 miles there. They could also go, and we want, how difficult is the terrain? Travel speeds given in the travel pace table assume relatively simple terrain. Roads, open plains, or clear dungeon corridors, but adventurers often face dense forests, deep swamps, rubble-filled ruins, deep mountains, and ice-covered ground, all considered difficult terrain. You move at half speed in difficult terrain. Moving 1 foot in difficult terrain costs 2 feet of speed, so you can cover only half the normal distance in a minute, an hour, or a day. And just take them 5 hours to get to there. Dun, 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 dun. This is probably in the. Yeah, I'm gonna look and see in the DMs screen if it's here. Have in there. Alright, yeah, it is in here. Travel pace. Good, good, good. Important things to have. Green. I like it. Okay, so 15 miles to, so, I mean, it's through 4. Well, yeah, it's through forest. I mean, if the forest is, I could let them, I mean, when they're saying, they say deep forest, whatever that was. Oh man, I'm looking at the spells now. Getting deep. I'm looking for like one spell comes up. Simulacrum, yes. That's cool. Shape an illusory duplicate of one beast or humanoid that is within reach of the entire casting time of the spell, which is 12 hours. The duplicate is a creature partially real and formed from ice or snow, and it can take actions and otherwise be affected as a normal creature. It appears to be the same as the original, but it has half the creature's hit point maximum and is formed without any equipment. Otherwise, the illusion uses all the statistics of the creature it duplicates, except that it is a construct. Simulacrum is friendly to you and creatures you designate. It obeys your spoken commands, moving and acting in accordance with your wishes and acting on your turn in combat. Simulacrum lacks the ability to learn or become more powerful, so it never increases its level or other abilities, nor can it regain expended spell slots. If the simulacrum is damaged, you can repair it in an alchemical laboratory using rare herbs and minerals worth 100 GP per hit point it regains. Wow. Simulacrum lasts until it drops to 0 hit points, at which point it reverts though and melts instantly. If you cast this spell again, any duplicate you created with this spell is instantly destroyed. Man, that's a lot to make this do. 150 GP. Cool. Yeah, I like it. That's a good spell. 7th level. I'll keep the player's handbook out here just in case. Alright. Alright, I'm actually gonna switch back over to this one here. Okay. So you south through the forest. The party can make a survival check. Let's call it a DC. A DC 12 survival check. It's basically a toss-up if they have absolutely no skill and wisdom to move through, because it's like, it's not, would it be dense forest? I mean, it is like old growth. Like, most of it probably wouldn't have been cut down. Yeah, this is what I was getting back to travel speed. Alright, yeah, that's dense forest. Adventurers often face dense forests, deep swamps, rubble-filled ruins, deep mountains, and ice-covered ground. Half speed. It's not like super dense, I don't think. Hey, Pixel Wizzy, how's it going? Thanks for joining me. Well, both. This is actually going to be the first session of a new campaign. Let's see the DC 12, so move through at a normal pace. Otherwise, going at a slow pace. So, I'm just trying to think, like, how would a forest... I'm just gonna look at a picture of a forest. A dense forest. Very basic picture of a dense forest here. I'll switch it over for you. So like wood. That's pretty dense. Looks like Endor. Alright, yeah. Hope that can help you out. Got any questions? I've been DMing since like 2011. Not incredibly consistently, mind you. And I'm probably doing more planning now than I have for most of them. Yeah, this is pretty dense. That's a lot of shrubbery. Yeah, if you have any questions, let me know. I hope I could help out. But this doesn't look too dense. Dense forest wallpaper. Don't know if they are to be believed. But also, this is a forest. There would be occasionally some woodcutting, but nothing on an industrial scale to make it like you can't pass through. But even... Warning in a dense forest. What would be like? What would be a not dense forest? Oh, 94, wow. I was 2 years old. So I'm sure you've got more experience than me. Like, yeah, this would be a forest that would there be any... Okay, we'll assume that just this forest that we're in is gonna be kinda... You could consider it dense. The question that I've got is, would there be any kind of footpaths made through here? There wouldn't be anything that was finished. There wouldn't be any paving. Alright, I'm texting somebody back about when he's gonna make his character. Alright, so just a little bit more of an explanation of the setting right now. It's in a very early medieval British sort of setting. So, and this is... I'm basing this island in a number of ways off the Isle of Man, so... It's not really easy to find Manx words for stuff, so I'm just going with kind of general Celtic stuff. Like, Dechro, I believe is how it's pronounced, is essentially just like Welsh for beginning, because this is going to be the first actual settlement of sorts that they're going to find themselves in. It's a very small population, a hamlet, really, like 40-something people. Right now, we're actually looking at maybe 5. Kind of surprising. At 2 of them, I believe this will be the first time, and another one of them will be maybe their second-ish time playing. And another 2 I've been playing with since the very beginning, back when I was the first player in like 2010. So yeah, I only had played D&D 3 or so sessions before I decided to DM, because I started playing in 2010, well, not late summer, I guess August 2010, and I went to college for my freshman year in like the next month. It was like July or August that I started, but so I didn't have anyone to run a campaign there, so I just like by February of that school year, I was like, I'll do it on my own. I'm gonna DM if I don't have anyone else to run game for me, and I've mostly been DMing ever since. Okay. Wow, 8, that's impressive. Yeah, it's like 7 players. 7 players. Like, I don't even think I've run a game with more than 5 before. I feel like 6 is my maximum. I'm not like Matt Mercer at the beginning of Critical Role when they had 8. That's crazy to me. They're basically down to 6 now, but... So this map here is the island that I've got. It's a good bit larger than the Isle of Man. The lighter green, the green around the end is pretty much just field. Yeah, Matt Mercer is something special. Like, even besides the fact that he is a professional voice actor that can do all this, he has to come up with awesome characters for all of those voices. He runs the game so very well. Like, he's just really good at what he does. Voice acting completely aside. So, okay, anyway, around here, that's forested area, that's flat lands, just fields, all that. A lot of farms kind of scattered about. This area over here is a, that's forest, and then the darker green is forested hilly area, and the red is essentially highlands. So it's kind of just graded up that there are more of that. It just kind of island kind of peaks here, so there's not really much room for agriculture, which is partly why the area, why all of it is pretty much around the coast. It's not the best agricultural area. Let's as long as we're here. Oh, that's not the right one. Geography. Here we go. Let's work on make some more of this stuff. I'll make some highlands up into here, where all of the rivers sort of begin. Basically like smaller mountains. All right. I haven't actually watched Critical Role, any of Critical Role's kind of one-offs where anyone else DM'd. I'm gonna need to do that one of these days to see how Liam does it. Yeah, takes experience. I can tell that you can tell that Matt's been doing it for at least 20 years, and that he knows his players well too. All right, that's pretty all right. That's solid. Just kind of round this out a little bit as well. Doesn't need to be rounded very well because it's just where. Basically where mountains begin. I'm really hoping this campaign can actually be something consistent. I've really just had like 3-player campaigns going and then just stopping for the past good long time. Oh, I saw fan art of that. That looked pretty cool. Just all the wizardy kids around. Laura Bailey is just a joy. Oh, that is the worst. These people just don't. Ugh. Like, one of my friends texted me that he has to get a. We won't have this session. We won't have a session this weekend because a friend of mine double booked. And then another friend says the next weekend he has to drop off a blanket at a friend's place, so he won't be able to play. Maybe. And it's like, can you not find a window in the next 10 days that is like where you could drop off a blanket at someone's house? 10 days. No, it's not an excuse. He wants to do this. He just like he only makes like a window of like 6 hours for himself on Saturdays and Sundays that he allows himself to do anything. He works like 9 to 5, something like that. And he doesn't like doing things on Sundays because he works the next day. I'm just kind of amazed. Like, you can't drop it off that Sunday? They don't live incredibly far from here. He has a car. Like, and he's not stupid enough to make up an excuse as bad as that either. He could have come up with something better if he was actually making something up. I just kind of wish you could maneuver his time a little bit better. We'll figure something out, I'm sure. Alright, anyway. So... let's go ahead and just get back to... this one. Dechro. Population 45, a small hamlet of farmers. Beset by the tribe of Precocious. I kind of thought of this before. This would be a good thing to start with. Kobolds. I wrote it down somewhere, I forget where. Alright, yeah, encounters and quests. Kobolds take up residence in a farmer's shed. They have not yet hurt anyone, but are getting bolder in their antics. They could be scared. Yeah, let's put that. Let's copy and paste that into first thing here. They have taken up residence in a farmer's shed. like at any point after work, could you just drive over? If he gets done in the early evening, drive over, couple hours most, drive back. Not like he's really doing anything else in the evening is the thing. So the first session, thank you for asking, I should have mentioned this. So I'll actually just, I won't bring up the whole thing, I have a whole write-up. But, so it's going to begin that one of our players finds, he and a bunch of villagers have found a dragon wormling in the, I'll bring up the map just so you can have a look of where it's going to be at. So they are his village, Iron is there is a dragon in one of the mountains up here, a wormling. He and a bunch of folks around Alright, hold on. I gotta respond to a friend of mine. Yeah. 1 minute. Right. Alright. So, yeah, they find a dragon wormling that potentially could be dangerous, and they slay it. He stumbles upon what appears to be an elven man that knocks him unconscious while still in this cave. And then when he awakens, his village has been destroyed by a green dragon that puts a curse on him that whenever that any dragon would have an urge to destroy him, what he wanted. So, and then that dragon flies out to sea and destroys the boat that our two other player characters, or right now two other, I don't know what's going to be up with the other guys, our other player characters are on, and they wash ashore. So basically, they are left with nothing, and they are likely going to be heading down to the one port town on the whole island. one of our characters, our bud who has this village destroyed by the dragon are likely to he's likely to want to get revenge. The other guys are on a quest for a holy relic of some sort. They're not certain. Okay, so such a good song. Okay. Yep, starting at level 1, because one of our players is pretty inexperienced, and we're gonna have at least one other player that has not played before. So level 1 is a good place to start, which is why I'm going with some kobolds. Alright. So, they have taken up residence in the farmer's shed. They have yet to hurt anyone, but are getting bolder in their antics. Alright. Let's actually, yeah. We'll make some bullet points. Small hamlet of farmers. One family is set by a tribe of precocious kobolds. Alright. Population 46. Alright, what other people would we want to have in our town here? Like, this is a real small town. This is basically like just a handful of families. Considering most families are gonna have like Alright, what kind of people? They should have one interesting person in the town. Or at least in proximity. Someone that could be around here. Maybe I should look something up in the DMG. See, I should roll up somebody in a chart here. So imagine a family of like... Alright, you got a mom and a dad, and then the likelihood is that they would have at least 4 kids. Some with more, some with less, so that would come out to like 8-ish families. Go with that. Alright, DNG. Stay wild. Oh, that's not like Dungeon Creator, bonus, treasure, on time, no. Where could I make NPCs? Non-player character, see NPC. NPC, 74, 75, 76. Alright, here we go. Adventure. No, I mean, that's adventure villains. Adventure patrons. Get that sexy saxophone. Moral quandaries, side quests, twists, XP, counters, creating non-player characters. Here we go. Let's see, what do we want to do here? I'd like to roll more. I would like to have a chart more for positions or jobs. Yeah, I should put in a farmers. About 8 families. Within about 8 families in families living in close-ish proximity. Yeah, it's like this is... Alright, this isn't really as helpful as I would have liked. Venture and villains. Miller, stonemason, blacksmith. That's true. I feel like these folks would be mostly self-sufficient, but I should have like one family or person that should be a bit more out there. Something weird, maybe. Hold on. I've got a PDF that might be helpful for this. An old book. I can have some weird stuff for making characters. Alright, let's see. Let's give this book a look. Book look. Okay. Central casting. Looks from like 1978 or something. Could be really good for making interesting backstories. I've had some pretty interesting ones here. Okay, where's the date on this guy? Come on. Alright, thanks for dropping by. I don't know if I'd say I do this kind of stuff regularly. I've been more interested in D&D stuff now than playing games. So, I don't know. Come by whenever. Drop a follow if you're up for it. Alright, have a good night, dude. Alright, what do I want to do? I want to look up how old this thing is. Where's the copyright? Whatever. In the back. $1988. Okay, not 78. 88. Alright, cool. Alright, you know what? I'd like to check that out. I'll follow your channel. Wait. Yeah, okay, hold on. Wait, hold on. Hey, Evelon, thanks for joining me. Alright. Alright, so the way I'm doing this right now, I am working on a smaller area that they're starting in. I've got the world planned out. I know what I want the world to look like, generally speaking. And I know the region that it's in. Right now, I'm doing kind of small scale. I'm working on towns that they're going to be running into throughout this. And I'm working on... So I've got a small settlement here. Yeah, right now, bottom up. Right now, I'm working on a small settlement where they're just going to be passing through. And I don't want it to just be like, oh, here are some farmers. I do want them to potentially run into a bunch of kobolds that they could just slaughter if they feel like it. Or they could go a bit more of the diplomatic route. This book is central casting. It's like a character creation book from like 1988. And I want to think of at least one interesting character. One interesting NPC they could run into in this town of like 50. I could always go with somebody... like, there would be humans here, maybe a family of halflings, maybe dwarves. So let's go with somebody they really wouldn't expect. Alright, let's look up about non-humans, page 72. And if you have any ideas, by all means, shoot it at me. 72. Here we go, non-humans. Of course, this doesn't have crazy, like, this doesn't have the Dragonborn or Tieflings necessarily, because it's like 2nd edition style. Halfling, half-elf, beast man, reptile. Do you have anything a bit weirder? Monster guys. I look up some other books. Like, what kind of player races could they find here? How's Xanathar? Bolo. What you got here, man? Bolo's guide to everything. Player races. Okay, we could go. Aasimar, Furbolgs, Goliaths, Kenku, Lizardfolk, Tabaxi, Tritons, and also monsters races. We've got Bugbear, Goblin, Hobgoblin, Kobold, Orc, and UNP, Pureblood. I'm kind of leaning towards an Aasimar. Like, just an Aasimar that's just kind of hanging out. Like, I've got Divine Blood, I guess. How are you doing today? Like, just the local... What's Aasimar? Yeah, that's a good point. I could roll dice. See what I get. Alright, so, do we want to do... Alright, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12. We'll leave out the kobolds, because kobolds are going to be the guys that are causing problems here. Alright, I'll go with the D12, because I got 12 things here, so that'll work perfectly. And in the order that they appear in Volo's guide, alphabetically, and then the monstrous ones. All right, what are we getting here? 2. A Furbolg, actually quite fitting. All right, a Furbolg. Go ahead and grab him in. Get back to. All right. A Furbolg. All right, Furbolgs. Furbolgs of nothing more than a peaceful day spent among the trees of an old forest. They see forests as sacred places representing the heart of the world and monuments to the durability of life. Their tribes cluster in remote forest strongholds, preferring to spend their days in quiet harmony with the woods. When provoked, Furbolgs demonstrate formidable skills with weapons and druidic magic. Yeah, Furbolgs are cool. In their role as caretakers, Furbolgs live off the land while striving to remain in balance with nature. Their methods reflect common sense, remarkable resourcefulness. During a bountiful summer, they store away excess nuts, fruit, and berries. When winter arrives, they scatter everywhere. They scatter everything they can spare to ensure the animals in the woods survive until springtime. For the Furbolg's eyes, there is no greater fault than greed. The Furbolgs believe that the world remains healthiest when each creature takes only what it needs. Material goods, especially precious gems and gold, have little appeal to them. What use are such things when winter lingers and food runs short? Natural druids. Furbolgs have a talent for druidic magic. Their cultural reverence for nature, combined with their strong, insightful minds, makes learning such magic an instinctive part of their development. Almost every Furbolg learns a few spells, typically those used to mask their presence, and many go on to master nature magic. Furbolgs who become druids serve as stronghold leaders. With every action the tribe takes, the druids weigh not only the group's needs, but the effect each action will have on the forest and the rest of the natural world. Furbolg tribes would rather go hungry than strain the land during a famine. Alright, so without reading the whole rest of all this, Furbolgs. Furbolg adventurers, region for adventuring. He may not be an adventurer, he or she may not be an adventuring Furbolg, but why are they outcasts? Because he's not really... call him he for the moment, I suppose. He's a little bit of a... he's not in the forest. He's in a home, rather near humans. Say humans, maybe, and a family of halflings. Let's go with that. Hmm. 8 families. In closest proximity. 7 human. And 1 halfling. Furbolg. Taking up residence amongst the others. Okay. What is this guy's reason for being ousted? Alright, reason for venturing. Outcast for murder. Outcast for severely damaging home territory. Clan slain by invading humanoids. Clan slain by a dragon or a demon. Separated from the tribe and lost. Homeland destroyed by natural disaster. Personal quest ordained by omens. Dispatched on a quest by tribe leader. I feel like this doesn't... I don't want this to be a murderer necessarily. Well, severely damaged home territory. Possible. That's possible. Sometimes Furbolgs adopt nicknames or titles other... What would they call a Furbolg? Would they know it's a Furbolg? I feel that's a better question. Probably comes for the reason for being an outsider. What is the reason? They live in forests. These are rather magical forests, that they are very elven affiliated. But there really aren't actually many elves here. A lot of fey magic running around. I don't want it to just be like, oh, my village was destroyed. Or I broke something and they didn't like it, so I had to leave. I kind of want it to be something, maybe something a little funny. Something a little weird, maybe. Or it could just be out of generosity. Maybe grew attached to these humans. It'd be a good healer with maybe a little bit of druidic magic. Let's do natural spellcasting again. For bulk magic, you can cast detect magic and disguise self with your trait, using wisdom as your spellcasting ability for them. Once you cast either spell, you can't cast it again with this trait until you finish a short or long rest. When you use this version of disguise self, you can cast up to 3 feet shorter than normal, allowing you to more easily blend in humans and elves. In step, as a bonus action, you can magically turn invisible until the start of your next turn, or until you attack. Cool, cool. Let's see. Should he be a hermit that's kind of near here? Or should he be like right in the... I think it's kind of interesting to think of him as just right in the thick of it. Like he doesn't even keep to himself. He or she. I'm determined whether I want it to be a male or female. They keep to them. I feel that's kind of played out. You got the hermit on the outside. It's like, oh, a magical healer. I want the. I think that'd be funny if it's the like it's just a furbolg amongst them. And should they even disguise themselves? Okay. What's the people? Here as a... What if... What would the party really need right now? The party just came off. It just got attacked by... The party just got attacked by a dragon. They essentially have no... Exactly, there's not much in this town, but it would kind of be neat if there was something. A general store? Alright, I got an idea. Furbolg has an uncharacteristic interest in collecting items. This is very uncharacteristic, because the furbolgs are more about collecting and then giving out when they need it. This doesn't necessarily mean that this furbolg is greedy, but they like having stuff. They like trading it out. They certainly like trading and certainly willing to sell, but they kind of like having a lot of stuff around, and that doesn't lend itself well to a furbolg way of life that is very much nature out there, very hermit-like, even amongst their own tribe. Alright, we're always taking up residence amongst the people here as a general store owner. I want it to be female. I want it to be a woman. A lady furbolg. Called, let's see. Alright, nicknames that would come about there. What would be a good nickname for a store owner? A nickname that everyone else would have called her. Let's see. I'm thinking that this furbolg would likely take on the visage of a young woman. A pretty young woman, in order to let the mind of the villagers be at ease. In order to because I don't want to cause any undue distress. Don't want to make anyone feel bad. So she is like an elf woman. And also explain maybe why she lives so long as well. Actually, maybe. Everyone in the village knows, and it's fine with the furbolg, but she only takes on a non-furbolg appearance when a stranger comes about, because it's kind of weirder. It's weird to have a furbolg around. Even though everyone else knows it's a furbolg. Everyone around there is fine with her. But it's when strangers come around that she's like, oh man, I should make sure that they don't freak out at this weird giant lady that's trying to sell stuff. And it's a sales tactic. Use these feminine wiles. Now, what would they call her? How about Trinket? Because it's like she collects little trinkets, little items. Okay, I'm liking this. She remains as a furbolg around the villagers, but takes up the guise of a beautiful elf woman around strangers to as a as a sales tactic. I kind of want this to be like one sentence. So I don't actually, I want to consistently not add periods to the end of these. Eh. I don't think I can make the sentence go on any farther. Remaining as a furbolg around the villagers. Makes sense. Yeah, well, whatever. Let's end the sentence. She left her home in the forest because of her uncharacteristic rest collecting. No, that's not how it's spelled, but it's gonna fix it anyway for me. Thank you. Interest in collecting trinkets, trinkets, and baubles. So is more than willing to sell. He has, but is just as willing to trade. Is her own character is interested in collecting things didn't itself well to the furbolg way of life. And it came off as greedy. She is more than willing to sell what she has, but is just as willing to trade. Now I'm going to consistently put periods at the end of this, because I want to be consistent. Alright, that's cool. One family is beset by a tribe of precocious kobolds that have taken up residence in a farmer's shed. They have not hurt anyone yet, but are becoming bolder with their antics. The one family, let's look up Welsh surnames really quick. Or, not even Welsh. Let's just straight up go Manx surnames. I won't even bother switching. Alright. Killy. Go with that. One family. Achilles is beset by a tribe of precocious kobolds that have taken up residence in their shed. They have not hurt anyone yet, but are getting bolder with their antics. What kind of first names would be around there? Thanks, names. What Teague? That yeah, that looks. Asks the party to oust the rascals in exchange for I feel like let me think of something that's a bit better than just gold, because gold would be real precious for these folks. Because like imagine 5 adventurers showing up. And then, like, giving out $25 gold. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. Like, 25 gold, like, that's a lot. What could be a good, like, first level sort of prize? Even if it's just a trinket or something. Downtime activities. Back to the DMG. Maybe how about Xanathar's Guide, like a common magical item. I'll find one of those. The table, minor items, minor common items. The big old chart here. Armor of Gleaming, Bead of Nourishment, Bead of Refreshment, Boots of False Tracks, Candle of the Deep, Cast-Off Armor, Charlatan's Die, Cloak of Billowing, Cloak of Many Fashions, Clockwork Amulet, Clothes of Mending, Dark Shard Amulet. That's a warlock thing. Red Helm, Earhorn of Hearing, Enduring Spellbook, Urzat Eye, Hat of Vermin, Hat of Wizardry, Keyword's Handy Spice Pouch, Horn of Silent Alarm, Instrument of Illusions, Instrument of Scribing, Block of Trickery, Moon Touching Sword, yeah, there's a bunch. We'll go with a common one. I don't know if I want to give them, at level 1, give them uncommon or rare items. Legendary minor items. Universal solvent. Untouched sword. Darkness. The unsheathed blade of this sword sheds moonlight, creating bright light in a 15-foot radius. Dim light for an additional 15 feet. That could be pretty useful. What would be an armor you would never part with? What an item you would never, that he would part with? Like, a sword that creates light. That could be useful. That's more useful than a sword that doesn't. And it's a sword. You could use that for sorting. Charlatan's die. Whenever you roll this 6-sided die, you can control which number it rolls. That's something. If they really want to. Cloak of many fashions. Maybe that would be fun. It's essentially just it looks like whatever you want it to look like. How held up to your ear, this horn suppresses the effect of the deafened condition on you, allowing you to hear normally. I could give them a mystery key. Question mark is worked into the head of this key. The key has a 5% chance of unlocking any lock into which it's inserted. Once it unlocks something, the key disappears. That's juicy. Like that. I kind of like that. I mean, would he really give that to somebody as a reward? Hmm. Let's ask the rascals in exchange for... I'll go with... No, not 51. 15 gold or... How about 10 gold and mystery key. I like that. Veteran's cane. When you grasp this walking cane and use a bonus action to speak the command word, it transforms into an ordinary longsword and ceases to be magical. That's kind of neat. Tricky. Yeah. Go with 10 gold and a mystery key. Xanathar page. Where was that? Closed the book already. Here we go. Page 138. The Xanathar wrote the book, clearly. Alright, I like that. One family, Achilles, is beset by a tribe of precocious kobolds that have taken up residence in their shed. They have not hurt anyone yet. The kobolds... Let's see, I want the party to see them. The party is entering the hamlet. They see the kobolds scurrying around Teague's vegetable patch, where he asks them to deal with them. Let's just put this right here. If it's only 3 people, maybe I should... I'll make it divisible by however many people are in the party. Hopefully we'll have... It'd be nice if we have 5. Maybe we'll have 4. I'll make it 12 if they're, 9 if there are only 3. Make it... there are 4, make it 12. If there's 5 of them, I'll make it 10. Actually, maybe I should make it 15. Whatever, they won't know. They're not gonna watch this video on YouTube. Alright, that's pretty good. That's some solid stuff. We've got a simple setting, an interesting adventurer, and if they once they acquire the S3 key, Eeg will say that if they aren't interested, then they may be able to trade it to Trinket in exchange for, that's 2 words, for something more useful. Alright, that's good. Alright then, so how about we go with that. Now our next town. Oops, that's the opposite of what I want to do. That one. A little bit southwest of Decro. Think of a name for that as well. Let's just look up. Go to translate again. Call it word for second. Inale. Inale. Worth 2. Cow. Yeah, dough. Cow. Dough. Necro. Dough. That also starts with a D. I don't like that. I like in ale. Y-N. Yeah, 2 words. Or go with a noun. The ill-fed. That is E-I-L-F-E-D. E-I-L-F-E-D. Oh, that's the wrong color. Also, I want it to be here. E-I-L-F-E-D. Ailfed. That's how it's spelled, right? Ailfed. 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 Population, let's make it 56, whatever. We don't want to do the exact same thing. We don't want to have like incidents they could resolve. Small, and then it's like strange individual. How about something a bit bigger than just kobold? Like, how many kobolds should I say as well? It's actually important. I don't want to give them too many low-level things to fight, because they'll just get killed again. It sounds simple. Kobold starts with a K. Kobolds are 1/8 challenge. I mean, a bunch of them could be problematic. Level 1. They don't have much health. Let's go to... a handy-dandy utility here. Fittingly named Kobold Fight Club. Not that one. Not that miscellaneous window. Here we go. So what we want to do, let's assume for now 4 players, level 1. And a camel and a pseudo dragon. That's hilarious. An evil pseudo dragon riding a camel. 2 camels. Both his kobolds. Yeah, that's... Alright, let's fix this. Let's see our 8th. Oop, that's not right. Let's look up Kobold. That'd be better. Kobold. Oh, a new one. They're probably not going to be fighting too many in a day. How bad would 6? 6 is getting hard. We'll start with 4. And that was 4. We have 5 players, then I will probably make it... I make it up to 6. Oh, they could have had other monsters, other kinds of kobolds. Maybe a winged kobold will make it a little bit more difficult and a little bit more interesting. Alright, so we've got 4 kobolds. Anathar's Guide to Everything. That is kobolds. Additional kinds of kobolds. That's the one with the monsters again? I'm thinking of the guy. Mordenkainen. Sure, there's summon again. Might be summon solo, but I haven't played much with Mordenkainen. Well, this gives a lot of higher level guys. Gitsurai. Oh, I'm going through all the wrong stuff. Devils. Beans. K is after F. K is after Drow. Or Ladrin. Pencils. No, there are no kobolds here. I was thinking the other one. I was thinking of... I don't know what's up with these covers. They like dust magnets. They stick. I've got the unique. I've got the special covers. The limited edition ones. Where'd I put Volo? Okay, here it is. Second to bottom. Okay, Kobolds and Volo's Guide to Everything. I just want to look at these before I actually just start looking at them. I could just... bring a Kobold. Are they not in here? Of course. All those guys. None of the adventurers, because I don't have any of those. Okay. Here we go. Kobold Inventor, Winged Kobold, Kobold Dragon Shield, Scale Sorcerer. What if I were to add one of these guys? That'd be deadly. Take these down to... that'd be too much. Definitely don't want to do that. Kobold Inventor. What do those guys look like? Kobold Inventor. Got a lot of stuff. Certainly make it more interesting. Alright, yeah, how would that change stuff up? One of these guys. Alright. How about a Kobold Inventor. And 3 little old kobolds. Regular old kobolds. Alright. Go with... Alright. This party is entering the hamlet. They see the kobolds scurrying around Teague's vegetable patch before he chases them off, taking refuge in his shed. When he asks them, when he greets them and asks them to deal with the kobolds. Three kobolds and 1 kobold inventor. He offers On the completion of the task, the party is gifted with 10 gold and a mysterious key. Once they acquire the key, mystery key, Eagles say that if they aren't interested, then they may be able to trade it to Trinket in exchange for something more useful. All right. I should also determine how long it will take the party. Going back to the map. Like, if they decide to go through the forest, will that take longer? Difficult, like, how long you're around? I mean, would it really make that much of a difference? You could maybe chalk that up to, like, this is direct. How about we make a few straight lines and kind of get the equivalent here. Let's make them actually. Try and make them as straight as we can as well. With that. That is. I'll be generous. I'll be a little liberal with it and round that up to half an inch. Which is 1/8 of 30 is 'cause, round it up to 4 miles. Actually, let's just round it to 3.5, because we already rounded up quite a bit. So that is 3.5. Ooh. Oop, that's paint. Recolor. Meant to do this. This is 1.5, which is 1.5 is 12 miles. I'm just doing my silly little math here in my head. So 12 miles plus the 3.5, so that's 15.5 miles. Say this is another 10. So 25.5 miles versus just straight south. Which is 15 miles, so it'll be faster. Wanna look at this again, and we'll just round it down to 25. They can go a little bit more of a direct route. So 25 versus 15 miles, and at overland speed, even with difficult terrain. See which way is faster. All right. At normal speed, it would take them the whole day. So 8 hours. Well, I mean, it'd take them it'd take them, yeah, we'll round it down to the whole. It'll take them 7 hours by foot, or a little bit less than, because they will be slowed through the forest. It would be faster. They'd move slower, but they would get there sooner because it's far more direct. So I want to have the survival. No, let's not do the survival check. Well, I mean, if they ask, I'd consider it. Let me see. What does it list that under what a survival check could be used for? That feels like it gotta be going pretty quick. None of them are rangers or anything. I mean, rangers have the ability. I mean, they can just do it. Don't do it. Let's look up rangers first. Okay, Land Stride. At 8th level, moving through non-magical difficult terrain costs no extra movement. You can also pass through non-magical plants without being slowed by them and without taking damage from them if they have vines or similar hazards. In addition, you have advantage on saving throws against plants, blah blah blah. So that's more of a personal thing. It's not like everyone else can go along with you quickly. And also, I think there's a spell as well. Gotta look that up. Ranger's spells. So that trace? No, that's a stealth thing. Nah. Not Long Strider, what's that? Is that a speed thing more? Alright, yeah, it's creature increases speed by 10. Touch thing, so. Okay. Survival checks. Right, just I'll see if a survival check. If that's something that a survival check is kind of to do. My first instinct is to say yes. But I don't know. I want to see what the rules have to say about it. Looking for where it kind of spells out a little bit better. Huh? Backgrounds. Items. Treasure. Station. Adventuring. Magic. No. More of a DMG thing. That's the monster manual. Dungeon Master's Guide. (109 to 112). Alright. Wilderness survival. Alright, wilderness navigation. If the wisdom survival check succeeds, the party travels in the desired direction without loss. That's kind of more of that thing, rather than just moving quickly. Yeah, I don't really think that's the intention. Although, we could try and move at a greater speed in there, but that would be tiring. They'd have to make constitution checks. That's also a possibility. Where is it? Using ability scores. Well, that's probably more. Here we go. Wisdom. Survival. DM might ask you to make a survival check to follow tracks, hunt wild game, guide your group through frozen wastelands, identify signs the owl bears live nearby, predict the weather, or avoid quicksand and other natural hazards. Other wisdom checks. Okay, yeah. Also, what's the difference between perception and investigation? When you look around for clues and make deductions based on those clues, you make an intelligence investigation check. You might deduce the location of a hidden object, discern from the appearance of a wound what kind of weapon dealt it, or determine the weakest point in a tunnel that could cause it to collapse. Pouring through ancient scrolls in search of a hidden fragment of knowledge might also call for a investigation check. Versus perception lets you spot, hear, or otherwise detect presence of something. It measures your general awareness of your surroundings and keenness of your senses. For example, you might try to hear a conversation through a closed door, eavesdrop under an open window, or hear monsters moving stealthily in the forest, or you might try to spot things that are obscured or easy to miss, whether they are orcs flying in ambush on a road, thugs hiding in the shadows of an alley, or candlelight under a closed secret door. So, if it's an object that is, if it's an inanimate object that is not there. It's like not making sound or movement or emitting light or anything. That is investigation. Where if you could notice everything that is moving, changing around you, whatever, that's more perception. Investigation is finding something that cannot be seen, cannot be heard, like, if it is obscured, cannot be seen. If it is silent, if it is, yeah. Okay, good to remember. Well, exactly, I mean, it's right. Okay. Finding hidden objects. When your character searches for a hidden object, such as a secret door, or a trap, the DM typically asks you to make a wisdom perception check. Such a check can be used to find hidden details in other information and clues you might otherwise overlook. In most cases, you need to describe where you are looking in order for the DM to determine the chance of success. For example, a key is hidden beneath a set of folded clothes in the top drawer of a bureau. Tell the DM that you pace around the room looking at the walls and furniture for clues. You have no chance of finding the key, regardless of your perception check result. You would have to specify that you are opening the drawers and searching the bureau in order to have a chance of success. Alright. Keep it loose. Alright, so the party must succeed a DC. I think moving at a faster pace doesn't really work so well. I think sticking with, like, if they try and move at a faster pace. Venturing, here we go. Yeah. They try going at a faster pace. They move at a faster pace, they may draw attention. How about that? That sounds kind of nice. I think just move at a faster pace. Yeah, let's just get rid of that. About 20. Yeah, let's keep it at 25 miles around the forest and 15 miles directly south through the forest. Let's go with Directly south through the forest. Alright, again, 25 miles at a normal pace. Let's keep losing this. Why it'd be good to have the Yims green. All right. I mean, either way. A little bit faster to go through. Half your speed in difficult terrain. Well, I mean, half your speed is even at a normal. It's not even. They would move down at a slow pace. They would actually be at 2.5. Yeah, they'd be at 1.5, which is worse than slow. So it would be faster. Go around. Because, like, yeah, it's like they could only go 14 miles through the forest, unless, even if they go at a fast pace. Yeah, I mean, even if they go at a fast pace, they'd still, yeah, it'd still take longer. So that would slow them. So that would ultimately be slower. Now, you're not even looking at the thing that I'm looking at, but whatever. I'm looking at this. Alright, so yeah, now it's like they move 25 miles around the forest and 20 and 15 miles directly south through the forest, so that would ultimately be slower. Okay. Sounds cool. Alright, and assuming they get, and then the next place, like, how great of a distance, that's not what I wanted to do. Here to Heifeld. This one may be more expedient to go through here, rather than all the way around. Here, though, this is... Nah. Sure, it's a measuring tool. Oh, here we go. Rulers. No, that's pixel. I want that. What is pic? Oh, this is pixel grid. All right. Maybe that'd be a better way to do things. That's still not that. Alright, that's 17.313 and 2.53. It's, we just measure the difference between the two. I think that's how math works. Alright, so it is 7.13. This is 6.39. 7.13 minus 6.39. That is correct. Sure. Alright, that is 0.74. And now this is 2.53 and 3.48. Or 3. Alright. 3.58 minus 2.35. No, 0.53. Alright, so it's 1.05. Nice. 1.05 by 0.74. So I measure that hypotenuse, which is add the squared plus b squared equals c squared. I really should be doing this much math. Alright. Let's square this mother. 1 point. Is that the square root? No, that's squared. No. 1.1025 could not possibly be 1.05 squared. Oh, I guess it is. Really? Huh. Alright, so that's, anyway. No, okay, I pressed the wrong button. I guess it's really just 0.05, isn't it? Okay, I guess it's just point. Okay. Then there's 0.74 squared. That's 0.5476. So let's add them together. All right. Five, 4, 7, 6. Why is it doing this? That is a... I'm getting very confused at how this calculator is, what the calculator is doing. No, that is a square. Is that finding the square root? Oh no, I mean that is supposed to be what it's being. Ah, I'm terrible at math. I studied English, everybody. I'm just forgetting everything too. So, I mean, it's a 0.74 squared. 5.5476. That's pretty simple. Just 7654, but the last two digits move to the front. Why is it? It's like not actually letting me add things. How do I clear this? Seven. Nope, not that. No, 7. 4, 7, 6 plus. All right, so 1.65. All right. Then the square root of that is, I'm probably doing this all, a squared plus b squared, c squared. All right, so it is 1.2845, so we'll round it up to 1.3. So what is 1.3 inches? Well, so we'll just round it down to 3. Round it down to 1. So an inch on this map is 10 miles. This is what we learned. It's 10 miles. I'm just, yeah, 10 miles. All that for 10 miles. Alright, and let's say... And let's transition back to... No, not that one. This one. Alright. 10 miles to the southwest is... Ilfed. The next closest village to Gaelg. Alright, I doubt that would probably be one whole session getting from A to B there. Memorize the page number of where this travel stuff is. Like, I always flip past it. Being dumb. Resting short rest. Here it is. Okay. I feel it's squeezed between two full-page images, so I feel like it's kind of hidden. Alright, what's the speed of a horse? Like... Riding horse, speed 60 feet. But you basically, whatever your speed is, whatever your overland speed is, it's 100 times. You basically go, if your overland speed is 30, your normal pace is 3 miles an hour. If you have a riding horse, on the other hand, that doubles it. Say. And you don't have to, and of course the horses don't have to make exhaustion checks. For short spans of time, up to an hour, many animals can move much faster than humanoids. A mounted character can ride at a gallop for about an hour, covering twice the usual distance for a fast pace. For fresh mounts, if fresh mounts are available every 8 to 10 miles, characters can cover large at this pace, but this is very rare except densely populated areas. Alright, so we're talking like mounts can give you pretty fast speed for an hour. The characters in wagons, carriages, and vehicles choose a pace as normal. Characters in waterborne vessels are limited to the speed of the vessel. They don't suffer penalties for a fast pace or gain benefits for slow pace. Depending on the vessel and size of the crew, ships might be able to travel for 24 hours per day. Certain special mounts such as yeah. So you can basically, if you have a riding horse, you can really just go about twice the speed. Because the travel speed here is distance traveled per... yeah. It's assuming that the base speed is 30. Always, I guess you can always assume that whatever the character's speed is, if it's 30 feet, which it generally is, you can go 3 miles an hour, which equates to 24 miles in a day. Normal speed is the speed of the slowest creature that you are moving with. Alright. I think that's about enough for now. We got our town kinda played out. Got an interesting twist to it than you would expect in a small town, and also a minor encounter that they can deal with. They can just kill them. They can just kill them. Not a problem. Just 4 kobolds. Not a big deal. Obliterate them probably. I might throw in an extra one. Or 2, depending on how many people are playing. And also if I just wanna, like, maybe you should try something else. And if they... Alright. Say... if the party decides, oh, we'll be generous here. Let's not wish ill upon this town because they killed them. Let's go with if the party decides to parlay with the kobolds instead of outright slaying them, the kobolds could be a boon in the future. Oh, well. Well, let's actually give them a little bit of detriment. If they are killed, they feel like what their families may come for revenge. Keep it at a maybe. Things might become more problematic if they go right for the violence. Violence is not always the answer. That's a bit boring. Yeah. Cool, cool. Population 46. Really about all you can say about the population. Very cool. Well, that'll be it for this time around. I may actually get back to a game tomorrow. I just started late, wanted to stream something, want to work on this. Why not? So, until next time, thank you guys very much for joining me. Rock over London, rock on Chicago. I'm Cyrock Omega. Have a nice day. Later.